Welcome back to Paradise Killer. Woo! Here we are, wandering around the backside of the Ziggurat, and we need to figure out what we want to do next. The problem is that the things we want to do next are, theoretically, things that are near the Ziggurat. And that means that we want to go up. There is a location that we haven't been to that is up. So I guess that's where we should go next. To do that, we're going to have to go over... You can see it peeking through there. See that? I'm going to go over there. So this level is going to be mostly... This video is going to be mostly us jumping and jumping and jumping. And won't that be fun? Oop, there's a little sample. Island Sequence 13. The shame of Lady Love dies. She is deceived by damned Harmony. He tries to let the God Hunters onto the island to kill us. Praise be to the Paradise Trigger for saving us. I don't recall what the Paradise Trigger is. I don't believe it ever comes up again. But, yeah, sorry, our bad. I guess that means that that's where the God Hunters ended up dying. We hadn't heard about them since, what, the 5th? No. Trying to remember the order. The God Hunters were fairly early on. I think that we had resolved the God Hunter situation quite a few islands before then, but I don't remember exactly. So going up there is the challenge, and we're gonna go do that. To do that, we move through this familiar area. I did a whole episode on this area. And we're gonna want to go up that ladder there. No, it went the wrong way. It's familiar, but not any easier to navigate. So, the basic problem is that we can't get to the top of this building through this building. This building goes up to the crime scene, and then it goes out the back and up to a little thingy. You might remember there's like a little access platform in the back. In order to get on top of the building, we have to go the long way, and that's why there's a whole video about it. Island Sequence 3, A Time for Sorrow. Ezekiel devolves into mad paranoia, fearing for our future and the demons. He murders so many of us. The noble Montserrat steps forward to end his madness and lead us to light. Ezekiel was the first person to put together the council. Basically, he was the first Montserrat. And who knows whether or not any of that actually happened as written down, because it's very likely Montserrat just killed him. Gems! Yes, let's take the offering gems. Gosh, we're not gauche or anything. So where does this go, you might be wondering, this thing? Well, it wraps around a massive statue and goes up to a nice little temple to our boy, the Silent Goat. At least that's what I remember. Let's find out if that's what I remember correctly. There's lots of random things along the way, just little doodads, but this is a straight shot. There's really no way to explore off of this without falling hundreds of feet. You ever think about how messed up this is? You guys are the bad guys. The Syndicate worships dying gods that want to rule the world and drown it in a sea of war and blood.
Sorry.
I don't see how that makes us the bad guys. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't. We're all heroes in our own minds, right? Catch you later. Up, 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 up. These are really cool. I just love how they look. That's creepy. I love it. Great work. There's our gem. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Up. The defeat of Lost Pain. This was before he managed to flee to the dark side of the moon. A popular song on the islands is Railgun Love. The lyrics are about using a railgun to destroy the moon and kill Lost Pain. The bass is really good. This is one of Lydia's paintings. She paints a lot of them. She'll even paint one for us, whether we kill her or not. Exclusive Silent Goat carving. It's exclusive because it's way up here in the middle of nowhere. This is the highest point that you can realistically reach. I don't believe you can actually go up there, and we're not counting our house in the background there. So this is as high as we go. This is the highest we can get. But if you see, there's some stuff over there on that roof. This is the roof of the building where the crimes all happened. And it's super easy to get over there. You don't even have to jump, but we will. And now we're crawling around on top of the council building. Just kind of seeing what there is to see, right? And over this direction, there's nothing to see. But there's some stuff over here. Let's take a look. What you gotta say to us? This is it. The council building, where the bad shit went down. Can you feel it, loved eyes? The afterglow of murder, of mass murder.
Crime is repulsive.
What went on in there? Who did what to who? How did the killer get in? There isn't an entrance on the roof. Some big investigating to do, huh? Enjoy. There isn't an entrance on the roof exactly, but the roof does have a relatively good place for us to access the rest of the council building. So, another Way of Blood bar skit. I like the crows. Me too. They're comforting. I heard once that in the real world someone made a video game where when you shoot a crow they sometimes give you a grenade. Ah, Resident Evil. Why were you talking to a citizen? I'm in charge of the abductions. That's why we know that this guy is our old husband, because he's in charge of the abductions. But you shouldn't be talking to them. It messes with the integration. Don't patronize me. I run the abductions. You think I don't know that? You have no respect for me. You need to think about how you speak to people. Grinning Helper, a light-colored whiskey often served with ice and bar snacks, a good drink to relax with on a summer's evening. The dusk of a summer's evening is the most wonderful thing in the world. Not gonna argue against that. Just kind of keeping my eye open for loot. You've probably already noticed that there is in fact something big on this roof behind us, but I didn't want to miss any loot, because we're not going to come up here again. I guess what I'll do is just do a quick little scan for loot and make sure there's none hiding in the cracks. Nope, seems clean. So let's take a look at what we've got back here. We got a song, a tower that broadcasts music. To the Heart, a love song played to the city. Cities are worth falling in love with. There's nothing else like them. A hot night in a city is a wonderful affair. Oh, what's this?
That's strange.
This is repelling gear.
Got it.
Was someone trying to breach the building from up here? Maybe it could get you in behind on the guards? I have to be a little bit careful here, because if I walk off the edge, we're going to be crying. But you can see that this is where we were a couple episodes ago. We went through the murder chamber and then out the back, and it brought us to down there. Now, if you hadn't been into the murder chamber before coming up here, like I hadn't, then when you go down there, you're likely to go into the building, because you don't know what's there, and then you'll walk into the crime scene from the back. That makes it very hard to know that there's a knife waiting to be found, but it turns out that you can technically see the knife from this angle. It's just such a distant little speck. It's right there, and we have already collected it, though, so you can't see it. It's one of those situations where it's interesting to think about how much effort they put into trying to make it so that you'd be able to see all the pieces to the puzzle, but they still weren't 100% successful because the island is so open-worldy. You can go any way you want, and I doubt they ever thought anybody would be up here before visiting the murder scene. But I was. Because I like exploring islands, and I don't like exploring murder scenes. Wheels. Yeah, you're British, we get it. These must be from Lydia. She's the only one on the island with a car. What was she doing on the roof of the penthouse? Oh gee, I wonder. So far we know that she used her knife to break into the back and drag something in through the back entrance, and then she dropped her knife on the sea below. So, gee, I wonder what she was doing up here with repelling gear to get down to the surface where we know she broke her knife trying to get in. Very big mystery, I'm sure. So, basically, we understand that Lydia is responsible for dragging something big, a case, into the council rooms, or into the back of the council area at the very least. But Lydia couldn't have gotten through. Excuse me. Lydia couldn't... Jeez. Come on, Craig. I just ate a giant ham and cheese croissant, so my throat is quite phlegmy. Lydia could not have gotten through the final 2 of the blockades. There are 4 seals. The first 2 seals are pretty easy to get through if you go in through the back. But the first seal is, because that's just guards. But then there's a second seal, which is outer space. And we know Lydia can get through that because we know that she got a whole bunch of information on how to get through that via a computer. So Lydia dragged something in through the back and got through the first and second seals. But we don't know anything about the third or the fourth seals. And we don't know anything about how she probably couldn't have gotten through those. It doesn't seem like there's any way to get through those for Lydia. I mean, we haven't even seen them yet, right? Maybe that's what we should do next. Maybe we should go and break the seals. I mean, they should be right down there on the beach. The thing we need to break. I actually don't know if it's that beach. It could be any of these beaches. Maybe we'll have a beach episode next episode. See you soon.